My name is Urs Bucher. I am the head of Farner Lab here at Farner in Zurich. And we are opening the lab today to enable our clients to experience new trends, new technologies that will be important for them in the next 1 to 3 years. My background is I started back in the old days programming COBOL way back in the 80s. Then I switched to marketing, but still in IT. And over the last 20 years or so, I have been responsible for partnering at Microsoft, for building up the sales organization at an internet agency, and ran an internet agency over the last 4 years. And due to my diverse background, that gave me the position to start here as the head of Farner Labs. There was an idea to create a lab, and then they got me on board for that, and then the real planning started. And it actually took us 9 months until today, because the building is quite complicated to build inside here. And now we're ready to go. We're gonna open it in 2 hours. The technologies that we think are relevant for our clients and prospects are artificial intelligence, augmented and virtual and mixed reality, voice as an interface, and neuromarketing. There, in all those directions, we have a certain level of knowledge where we can consult our clients with ideas that will be relevant for them in the future. Our offering is to enable them to come here and really get a grip on how does it feel to wear a HoloLens, or how does it feel if you talk to a Google Home and it speaks back to you? And based on this, we want to enable our clients with a lot of fantasy and input from us to think about new ideas where they can expand their marketing and communication skills and levels. Something that I've seen over the last 25 years where I've been in IT and online and marketing is that trends usually start at the consumer end. So people experience what they can do with a HoloLens, and then the interesting thing is that they want to do the same thing at the office. And companies start to consider augmented reality. If we take this example with HoloLens, they start to consider using a HoloLens to train their people in how they can repair big machines without having the people to travel to the site or bringing the machine to the people. Another use case, which is maybe a bit easier to understand and more business to consumer, imagine you are building houses, 200-300 houses. You're a big company, and you want to sell those apartments or those business rooms. The best way to show and persuade people who should buy this is really to rebuild this experience of the apartments and the business offices in a virtual reality. And all you need to do then is put the virtual reality headset on the head of those people, and they can walk around in their new apartment. They can look how it looks. They can change the color of the walls, they can change the layouts, and that makes it much easier for the company to persuade people to sell something or to buy something. Based on the feedback that we already had from our clients, voice was always number one, that they think also something will happen, and it will happen very fast. So we are really persuaded that this is the area where we'll do the first experiments together with clients, absolutely. And we just finished a study together with the University of Lucerne here in Switzerland about how people use voice as an interface. And today, 37% of the sample was, I think, 2,000 people, said they already search via voice. They don't type anymore. They ask the Google Assistant, the Amazon Alexa or Siri, and the results are brought back to them. And we also asked the people how they think they will continue to use, especially the people who don't use voice yet. And by 2020, the estimation is that 50% of all people will use voice as a tool instead of typing. It's much, much easier. This is absolutely correct. If you search for somebody or something by voice, you only get the first result. So you need to be technically fit enough to understand what you need to do to come on top of the search results. In addition, you need to structure all your data so it can be read by a voice assistant. And the third thing is, of course, how do you do marketing with voice? What's the voice of your brand? Which are the platforms where your users are, the voice platforms, where you should and can make marketing? Is it Spotify? Is it iTunes? Is it something else? And then, of course, you need to be present with a skill in Alexa or a skill on Google Home that is your own, and people can then use this skill and you can steer them to where you want to steer them to go. And it's not somebody else who ranks things higher or lower. You're in control and you need to know how to do this. And that's actually, it's not rocket science, but you need some guidance in the first place and you need to know how to do it in the best way. Well, it is already today, isn't it? The question is, do you add on top of your marketing budget or do you stop doing something else? That's a decision that the brand or the company needs to make. We can only tell them which kind of media is used by their target group and can then recommend in which field they should put money in or not. It's very well possible that they stop doing something else and start to do voice. We always have to find out where the clients are, the clients of the clients, and our clients need to be there where their target audience is.